I'm going to preview the 2 seed Vanderbilt versus 6 seed Notre Dame women's basketball game, which will be played March 27th at 1:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. Obviously, it's in Fort Worth, Texas, because it's Regional 1 in Fort Worth, and it's in Dickies Arena. I apologize for looking at it because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And I might as well go over records for both these squads first. Notre Dame is 24-10 overall. It's 12-6 in the ACC, while Vanderbilt's 29-4 overall, 13-3 in the SEC. As of right now, Vanderbilt is favored by 5.5, and there will not be a delayed start to the game because this is like the first game in Fort Worth, Texas, right here. Just a heads up. And I'll go like players to keep an eye on for both squads, then go over keys to the game for both. And I'm not going to go over every single player. If there's obviously an injury that I know they've been out for a while, I'm not going to go over the player. And we'll have to wait and see about the injury stats for both these squads the day before the game. Just to let you know. I'm going to start with Notre Dame. The first player to keep an eye on, honestly, is Hannah Hidalgo, number 3, 5'6" guard as a junior. 25.2 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game, 3.2 turnovers per game, 5.6 steals per game, 2.9 fouls per game, 25.5% on threes on 137 attempts, 83.7% on free throws on 221 attempts. And by the way, anything above like 2 assists or 2 rebounds, or I'll definitely go over, but anything like 0.6 or less on the steals, blocks, and turnovers, I'm not going to go over, period. And the same thing goes for fouls. Well, the next player to keep an eye on is Cassandra Prosper, number 8, 6'3" guard as a senior. 13.9 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 2.1 turnovers per game, 1.6 steals per game, 1.1 blocks per game, 2.2 fouls per game, 31.6% on threes on 57 attempts, 74.6% on free throws on 114 attempts. Yeah, ESPN is showing her as a guard despite being 6'3", so just beware of that. And there's Ayanna Moore, number 23, a 5'8" guard that is a senior, 12.2 points per game, and 3.5 rebounds per game, 1.7 turnovers per game, 1.3 steals per game, 2.3 fouls per game, 40.1% on threes on 314 attempts, and 38. Actually, that's on from the field right there. My bad. 39.8% on threes on 201 attempts, 88.1% on free throws on 67 attempts. And obviously, I chose this matchup because of Hannah Hidalgo versus Michaela Blakes. But Ayanna Moore, remember, she was at Vanderbilt for 3 years prior to this year at Notre Dame. That's another reason why I picked this game, obviously. The next player to keep an eye on for Notre Dame is Vanessa de Jesus, number 2, 5'8" guard as a senior, 8.6 points per game, 2.7 rebounds per game, 2.9 assists per game, 1.7 turnovers per game, 1.9 steals per game, 2 fouls per game, 39.5% on threes on 129 attempts, 89.5% on free throws on 38 attempts. And she was obviously at Duke prior to Notre Dame. And that is Malaya Cowles, Malayacowles, number 5, 6'3" forward as a senior, 8 points, and she was at Wake Forest prior to Notre Dame, by the way. 8 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, 1.8 turnovers per game, 1.7 steals per game, 0.8 blocks per game, 3 fouls per game. No threes attempted, 61% on free throws on 41 attempts. This KK Brainsford, number 14, 5'11" guard as a senior, 7.5 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, 1.7 turnovers per game, 1.1 steals per game, 1.6 fouls per game, 23.8% on threes on 21 attempts, 63.4% on free throws on 41 attempts. And really, the last player we're going to mention is Gisela Sanchez, number 30, a 6'4" forward as a senior. She was at Arizona prior to Kansas State, and then after Kansas State, she's at Notre Dame. Obviously, 6 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, 0.9 turnovers per game, 0.6 steals per game, 2 fouls per game, 51.1% on threes on 47 attempts, 75% on free throws, but that's on 12 attempts. Yeah, that's not like... Most of their damage is obviously like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're usually 7 deep, Notre Dame is, for most games. And I know they play sometimes up to 8 and maybe even more, depending on like the separation in terms of the lead in the game. So just keep that in mind. Now, what's the first player to keep an eye on for Vanderbilt? It's Michaela Blakes, number 1, 5'8" guard as a sophomore. 27 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 4.6 assists per game, 3.1 turnovers per game, 2.9 steals per game, 2 fouls per game, 36.6% on threes on 254 attempts, 85.8% on free throws on 232 attempts. There's Aubrey Galvin, number 3, 5'6" guard as a freshman, 13.2 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game, 2.7 turnovers per game, 2.7 steals per game, 1.7 fouls per game, 32.6% on threes on 175 attempts, 78.6% on free throws on 56 attempts. And there's Justin Pissott, number 13, 6'4" guard. That is a senior. 11.4 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists per game, 1.5 turnovers per game, 0.8 blocks per game, 2.3 fouls per game, 42.6% on threes on 223 attempts, 76.5% on free throws on 17 attempts. The Sasha Washington, number 35, 6'2" forward, that is a senior, 10.4 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, 1.4 turnovers per game, 1 steal per game, 0.8 blocks per game, 2 fouls per game. No threes attempted, 69.1% on free throws on 94 attempts. And there's Njenga Tanda. I apologize. Mwenentanda. Number 15, 6'2" guard as a senior, 7 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, 0.9 turnovers per game, 1 steal per game, 1.7 fouls per game, 29.2% on threes on 65 attempts, 81.7% on free throws on 60 attempts. There's Ayana Mitchell, number 14, 6'4" forward as a junior, 5.9 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 1 turnover per game, 0.9 steals per game, 1 block per game, 1.6 fouls per game. No threes attempted, 60% on free throws on 65 attempts. There's Aga Makurat, number 24, 6'3" guard as a junior, 3.2 points per game. Really, that's 0.6 fouls per game. That's it. 39.3% on threes on 61 attempts. Made all 6 free throws this year. There's Jada Brown, number 2, is 5'8" guard as a senior, 3.2 points per game, 0.8 turnovers per game, 1 steal per game, 1.1 fouls per game. They made like 33.3% from 3 on 66 attempts, 86.7% on free throws on 15 attempts. And really, the last player I'm going to really mention, that is, honestly, is Ava Black, number 8, 5'11" guard as a freshman, 2.9 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game, 0.8 steals per game, 1.3 fouls per game, 26.1% on threes on 23 attempts, 10 for 10 on free throws. And I know there's obviously more, but I'm not going to go over every single one of those players. So you get the point here. Whatever you did right last game, you got to bring this game. Whatever you did wrong last game, you got to correct. Obviously, you want to limit your foul trouble while getting them in foul trouble. You try to get your fans involved as much as you can while taking away the opposing fans through your play. You got to stay composed. You don't certainly want a technical foul or a flagrant foul in this situation, even if it's inadvertent. You don't want to have flagrant fouls. In general, you got to make adjustments on the fly, both offensively and defensively. Not just from first half to second half, but during the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, and beyond that. Obviously, you want to have your key players step up as much as you can in this type of game while having your bench, your role players step up as well. I know there might be some questionable officiating at times, but you've got to be more mentally tougher team and find ways to make plays to win the game. And you got to do this for your seniors. You certainly want to go further than the tournament than Sweet 16. And Notre Dame has not gone any further than the Sweet 16 since Muffet McGraw retired at Notre Dame. So there's that factor, but still, you get the point. Obviously, on defense, you got to contain the shooters, contain slashers. You got to find a way to slow down the best players on both these squads here. You got to find a way to slow them down and make them inefficient for the game. You got to limit the points on turnovers. Points in the paint, whether it's like a straight post up or drive to the basket or pick and roll, you get the point. You don't want to let them live at the free throw line either. I mean, unless you have to do foul game, of course, but you get the point. You got to get some defensive rebounds and limit those second chance points because that could be the difference in a ball game sometimes. And obviously, across the board, too, that you got to out-hustle the other team as well. Now, obviously, on defense, you want to force some turnovers because sometimes your best offense comes from your defense. And speaking of offense, you got to get some points out of turnovers. Obviously, get some points in the paint, whether it's like a pick and roll or drive to the basket or straight up post up. You get the point. You want to get some points in the paint, and you got to have good shot selection. You got to take care of the ball because the last thing you want to do is give live ball turnovers and the other team's going to take advantage of it. I'm just saying. And another thing you got to have is getting those second chance points in this game, getting some offensive rebounds and putting it back in. Whether it's for a kick out three or mid-range shot, kick it out for a mid-range shot or straight put it back in it, put it back in. So you get the whole picture here about this game. It's obviously very intriguing, given that the two best players on both these squads, and obviously the former Vanderbilt player is now at Notre Dame. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road. And of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. So remember, this course live video comment really helps YouTube algorithm. So more people see. Sharing the video does help as well. So more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button, notification bell as well.